welcome back to another TERA Plays TERA video. So in today's video, we are going to go over basic concepts of leveling your Auron and Shara Stones. So let's go over where to first get these stones now. As they used to drop from dungeons, now when you clear dungeons, you'll get what's called Amplifying stone shards, and you'll be able to buy whichever ones you want depending on the amount of amplifying stones you get. I've seen dungeon rewards drop anywhere from like 1 to 4 per box. So if you get lucky and get 4 per box, you get 2 boxes a dungeon run. If you have elite, that means you get about 8 per box. And roughly you can, depending on the dungeon, almost buy immediately a level 3. When you first start out and you complete the awakening quest that you speak to this guy, and then you come over here and do the ace dungeons, you'll be rewarded with your first level 2s. Now if you've been playing for quite a while, you might have had a growth event and you'd be rewarded level 7s that you can't level up. But we're going to get into why these are important, especially if they bring back that growth event for new players, why they're really good. The only other place that you can get these stones besides completing dungeons is coming over to this NPC shop that, you know, refreshes every roughly big update, and you could buy the Auron Shara Stones crate level 1s. You can also potentially get these from Gillyglade if they still drop. And then the last place is, of course, the Guardian Legion, or not the Guardian missions, but the growth event / the season 1 event. Stay tuned for this, as I will post a future video about, you know, the changes to this shop and how to get these tokens coming out very soon. Again, that will all be updated April 9th. The video for that will be coming out probably within like 2 days from now. Now that you know that those are really the only places to get them, let's go over some concepts for new players. Because of course you could just save up and get yourself level 8s, and that's kind of recommended if you're more advanced or doing an alt if you're playing a lot. But let's say you're new and you're just starting out and you just have level 1s of each. I want to go over some ideas of what to do. So I'm going to open up a bunch of these level 1 boxes, and we're going to start from here as if I only had level 1s. So if I only had, let's say, these 2 level 1s on my character, then you want to save up enough tokens to buy a level 1 of either one and be able to buy a level 2 of one of them. And you won't know which one to buy the level 2 until you merge them. We're going to go over how that works. So you can come over here, you can hit gem synthesis, and then you put, let's say, your 3 randoms. They can just show, you can mix and match, and when you synthesize it, it is going to give you a random level 2. So let's say I bought that extra level 1, and now it gave me the blue level 2. Well then, that's why I said make sure you have enough tokens, because you're going to come over here and buy the red level 2. That way you're boosting them up equally. I want to give a huge shout out to actually Limits and Seraph Ninja, who just came back to the game, and they both kind of discovered this trick, because I was saying, oh, you know, just buy yourself a level 3 or buy yourself a level 4 and then wait and buy yourself a level 6 or buy yourself a level 7. You know, skip ranks. Which you could technically do. You could skip ranks, especially if you're playing a lot of characters at once. Skipping ranks isn't terrible, but it's not great for new players. And I figured that out pretty quick, and I'm like sitting there trying to think of what's the best way. And actually, they came up with this strat. They came up with the, well, we have 2 level 1s, let's buy 1 random 1, and we have enough tokens to buy a level 2, merge the 3 to get a random 1 and buy. This strat will work all the way up to getting your level 8s. It's fantastic to get your level 8s. past your level 8s, you're gonna still have to buy at least 6 level 8s to be able to make 2 level 9s. And from there, you're kind of have to gamble. You know, I believe this level 9 I made actually was a blue level 9, and I did not want a blue level 9, so therefore I converted it to a red level 9. And you can see you can do all of that over here at the specialty store. You could come and you could buy under the arcane supplies. You can convert a level 7, a level 8, a level 9, and a level 10. Of course it gets more expensive, you know, the higher it is. But if you really need to convert, you know, let's say you get 2 blue 10s, you can spend 10 mil and convert one of them to a red. This is very nice, especially with the end game. Of course, the fact that, well, you gotta buy 6 level 8s to get a level 9, and if you get 2 of the same level 9s, this is where I'm gonna say, depends on what gold you have, and if you have event 7s, or if you have what would be considered backup 7s or backup 8s. Because let's say you had backups, you could leave that level 9 alone. Like if I convert this to a level 9 red, I could leave it alone and put on my level 7 event for a while until I get my 3rd level 9 and convert all 3 of these 9s to a 10. And then I would just put in, let's say I get a blue 10, I could take out my event 7, put in my red 7 event, and put in my blue 10 until I get enough materials to make a second 10. And if it happened to be a blue, well then GG, I gotta pay 10 mil at that point. Or put it on an alt and keep trying to grind up those level 7s. And that's just basic concepts of how to level up your stones. There's really not much more else to this besides grind them out. You can do bulk. So if you are buying from the shop and you get a bunch of level 1s, you can synthesize bulks by hitting select synthesize level, synthesize 2. I have a few 2s now. I could then hit synthesize all, go to 3, and it converts my 1-3, leaves all my 2s. And again, I could open up more of these boxes that I have. And this was back when these first came out, and they would just drop in dungeons that, you know, you couldn't control how many you got. You do know you cannot synthesize if you have over 20 in your inventory. When they first came out, there was a glitch that people were able to duplicate. So if you're trying to do the synthesize all and it's glitching out, check to make sure you don't have more than 20 in your inventory, because then it just would not, it won't work, it won't do it. And for the most part, that's everything. The last thing I will cover, let's say you know, are running multiple characters and you decide, you know what, I'm getting a lot of tokens, I want to do the skip strat. The one thing nice about the skip strat, if you have liberation scrolls or don't mind getting your hands on liberation scrolls, you can liberate all of these an endless amount of time. So even my level 9, I could in theory liberate this level 9 indefinitely and keep swapping it between all my characters. You know, I could give my priest it if I want to do heavy priest runs. I could then liberate it, put it to my Valk, liberate again, bring it back to the warrior, but it would just keep costing me liberation scrolls. With that, you can also think of it that way too. Let's say you get a level 8 that, you know, or you get a level 10 that you don't want on that character for whatever reason, or your character has level 10s. You don't have to automatically link it to that character. You could just simply, you know, give it to an alt. And again, that goes with the skip strat. If you're doing a bunch of skips, let's say you know, I just want my level 4 quickly, you get it, and then you're like, I just want my level 7 quickly to get the next item level boost. And then you're like, oh, well, you know, now I really have no use for that level 7 because I bought a level 8 off the trade broker. And you don't want to spend the time to merge it, you can liberate that 7, you can send it to another character. You can also still synthesize liberated gems, and I believe it does unliberate them. So if I was to, you know, take a few level 1s actually see if I have any extra level 1s. I don't think I do. I have 1 level 1 and I have 1 level 4. Dang. Alright, well, for the sake of it, I will buy 1 level 1 real quick, just to show what I am referring to. So I have this level 1. If I was to take this level 1 and equip it now that it's soulbound, I can actually still fodder this on another character. Simply by, even though it's soulbound, I could gem synthesize that level 1 out, put it onto a level 2. That level 2 now is a fresh, brand new level 2. So with that, it does not matter that I had that one liberated, or had it equipped. So that's another little key trick about these stones to take account of, especially if you're running multiple characters or just trying to get your main character up to level 9, multiple different strats. And with that, that's about it for gemstones. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section below. Maybe I missed something, let me know, and I'll cover it in like a second update if these things change with Season 2. I believe there's not going to be a heavy change on them, but who knows. Season 2 is right around the corner. I'm excited for it, and we'll see. I can say already there is a lot of amazing changes. The devs have already talked about 90% of them. There's maybe like 1 or 2 things that I know that they shared with me that I cannot give out at this time, but I will release when the patch notes release. But I can say there is a lot of cool stuff coming out in Season 2. I'm super excited for it, and I hope I can play more. That's about it. If you like this content, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, please do consider doing so. And as always, I hope you are having a wonderful, fantastic day and night, and hope to see ya in Aboria, gamers.